Okay, welcome to Module 8, Archangel Metatron and your guardian angel. So,
straight over to Mum, love it.
yes.
Right, okay, so we're going to talk about Archangel Metatron first. There's an awful lot to say about Metatron. So, when I first started connecting with the angels, I found his name was most unusual and I couldn't really take to it. Does that make sense? Yeah, I found it quite alien to me. But actually, as I've learnt more and more and more about Archangel Metatron, I find that he is an amazing angel who has been in my life a very, very long time. So we'll talk about that when we get together and discover how much he's been in your lives as well. So we're just going to talk a little bit about his energy at the end. So we've got a little picture up here. So some of these pictures they're depicted in several ways, but this one depicts Archangel Metatron in armour. So I don't show
it, yeah.
But I did like it because of the sultry look
and
the
cool.
serious look as well. Because I felt that Metatron had more of a serious side. So, to just put it back a minute, Amy. It's difficult to talk to the back of a picture. So, yes, I love that. So you can see that the colours are kind of purplies. So purple is magenta, dark pinks, basically, a Metatron's colour. So behind us, we have Metatron's cube, which we know as the Merkaba. Am I saying it right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the Merkaba, so we're going to be talking about that as well. So again, Archangel Metatron has a big job. But we're also going to be talking about the beautiful guardian angels and how the two actually work hand in hand, which might surprise you. So Metatron. So as we've gone through this process, we've talked about Metatron has come up a little bit, and he is said to be an archangel who was first a human alongside his brother. They weren't born at the same time, but Archangel Sandalphon and Archangel Metatron are said to be brothers. They're said to be like twin souls, but they don't look the same because, as we've talked about, Archangel Sandalphon being absolutely enormous. So, but they are similar in that they were both incarnated on Earth. So, Archangel Metatron was said to be the prophet and scribe Enoch. So, Archangel, when he was Enoch, Metatron had a perfect life and was said to be in God's favour as a scribe. So when he passed, well, he didn't pass, that was the miracle. He was just taken up to God's side in some kind of a chariot of fire. So it's often associated with chariots. So, and it was said to be, Sandalphon was said to be very similar as well. They're both taken up in chariots of fire. And just didn't pass, but were just, what's the word? They were just taken up. So, Archangel Metatron, as the prophet Enoch, was also said, because remember last week we talked about the Archangel Raziel having this book, the book of Raziel. So Raziel is said to have taken that book to Enoch, Metatron, when he was on Earth, and as a prophet Enoch, he is said to have written in the book, and as Metatron, he is also added to this book. But so I think that's kind of cool, really. So, yeah, and there's elements of this book around. So that's him. So I just want to talk a little bit now about the Akashic records. So when I've been really studying about this, there's a lot of discrepancy about who holds the Akashic records, but it is widely believed that it is Metatron. So I did meditate on this and was told that it is Archangel Metatron who holds the Akashic records, and I knew this from years ago as well. So what is the Akashic record? So it's a record of everything that's ever happened on Earth, energetically wise. So anything that's ever happened,
and anything that ever will happen,
and anything that ever will
and
happen.
it's the place where infinite possibilities like exist. It's the record of all things.
Of all things,
because everything has already happened already, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And there's multiple realities as well, but that's complicated.
So, believe it or not, you are in this book. So that's interesting. Every lifetime, everything that you've ever done, everything that you're ever going to do is in this book. That Metatron knows everything. So that means that he really knows what your spiritual path is. So I know that having worked with Metatron, Metatron was in, and he is known for this. He is instrumental in giving you, if that's the right word, instrumental in giving you a spiritual awakening. It's not giving you, it's opening you.
Well, activating.
Thank you. I'm so glad she's here. Activation, Amy. So activating. He's known for activating a spiritual awakening. And why does he do this? Simply because the way I see it is he knows what's written in this book, and God will liaise with him. And this is where your guardian angel comes in as well. Your guardian angel will liaise with Metatron and with Michael, and they'll have a good meeting, and they'll say, well, look, Amy and Claire have this and this and this to achieve. Where are they in their lifetime? And what was said was, well, Claire's getting on a bit in years now, and she isn't actually doing anything about it. So they said, right, well, it's time. It's time. She knows deep inside that there is work to do, but we need to open her up a little bit spiritually to open her understanding. So they will initiate that spiritual awakening. But they will have asked your guardian angel first where you are. And I know I laugh because at the time I pictured my guardian angel saying, well, look, when you're going through the spiritual awakening, they have regular meetings to make sure that you are on track. So if you're not on track, they'll make sure that things are removed from your life and obstacles taken out of the way, whatever those obstacles are, to make sure that you will eventually be put onto the right path. So for a long time, it can feel very, very uncomfortable when Archangel Metatron is working with you. It can really shake your world up, because you will find that people will leave you, relationships will break down, jobs will no longer serve you, won't be able to cope in jobs. So there's a lot of things happening to break you down, and I always think of it as breaking you down. But at the same time, Archangel Metatron also builds you up. He builds you up and puts you on the right path alongside Michael and alongside your guardian angel. So he has a massive task. So these Akashic records are there. This is how we are, where they know what we are to do today on this world, and basically make sure that we're going to do it. We still have free will, but they will do everything to make sure that it is fulfilled. But when you think about it, the very fact that it's written in that book means that you did do it. You did achieve those things in your life. You've already done it, and that's the miracle that I find. Because it is written, you did do it. So you would probably needed some help from the archangels. You needed a nudge. You needed help along the way to get to experience all those lifetime things to get you in that right place. But bearing in mind that you have done this, you have achieved your spiritual path already, is very, very reassuring, because what it means is there is a way. We must have found a way. It may not have been revealed to us. That will be revealed as we're going along, but you must have done it. So congratulate yourself that this is happening. You're definitely on the right track. So we're going to have a look now at this peculiar shape behind us. So many of you might be familiar with it and possibly not. So this weird looking thing behind us is known as Metatron's cube, or its other name is the Merkaba. So I'm just going to describe it because it's very difficult just to do it off the top of your head. So I've had to do a bit of research to describe what exactly it is. And hopefully Amy will be able to point to what it means as I'm talking about it. So the Merkaba is said to be a sacred geometric shape composed of 13 circles derived from the flower of life, and they represent the 13 centres of energy in our own human body and the 13 keys of creation. The cube itself is a multi-dimensional map of the structure of the universe. So what we've learned is that in this universe there is order in everything. Everything has an order. So this represents the unlimited powerful flow of the divine's energy, of God's energy. It is the grid work of our consciousness and the building blocks of the cosmos. So this down to earth looking shape, intricate, but you can make out the circles, is magical basically. It's a magical shape. So it's said to be the matrix in which everything of our three-dimensional reality is contained. It's hang on, where is it? Believed to hold the blueprint of the universe and creation. This cube is considered one of the most sacred of all the geometric patterns. It is the blueprint of cosmic creation that lies in our own spiritual DNA. And Metatron is the Archangel who activates the blueprint to initiate a spiritual awakening. So I had to keep reading that over and over and over for me to understand it. So I'm getting excited as I do more research. I'm getting excited thinking, it's in our bodies. It's the chakras. It's in our bodies. We have one of these each. We all hold one.
Yeah.
So what it does is it spins. It's said to be the vehicle which our soul can travel in. So I think this is fantastic. If you ever experienced that feeling of when you've done a meditation and you've been on a journey, you'll have been inside the Merkaba, and Amy does on some of her journeys, she talks about when we're travelling out. It is the Merkaba that's taken our soul on this journey, spinning us around. It is like a vehicle, isn't it?
Yeah. It's an upward facing pyramid and a downward facing pyramids, and they kind of go like that.
The shape that it makes is just past me a pyramid, Amy.
Well, you can see it there.
Yeah,
like
I'll just demonstrate. So here we have a pyramid. So when the pyramid spins,
one spinning clockwise, one spinning
spinning clockwise, one spinning anti-clockwise, the lines are said to make these geometric patterns. So it's quite magical because of its shape. It somehow manages to make the circle, which is why somehow pyramids are incredibly important in healing and in alignment to the stars. They are magical things themselves. So I just find Metatron, we talk about Raziel being the magical angel. I just think, oh my God, how much more magical. This is why I had to leave him till last. I had to leave him till last because Archangel Metatron excites me. There's something about what he stands for and what he does really find very, very exciting. So he also is the cube is said to be used also in healing as well. It's said to be an instrument of healing. So when it's spinned around, it can spin out negative energy. So it is used as an instrument of healing as well. So I'll get the cards out, and I think we've got some cards with Metatron using the cubes as well. So not only does he do all of that, which is a massive task, massive, he looks after sensitive children and young adults. So all those basically who are new to a path. So anything that you're trying that is new, we can bring Metatron in to help us. So those of us who are new to a spiritual awakening, a spiritual path, which we all are, I don't think throughout our lifetime that we can be called, that we can be complacent and say, that's it, I'm on my journey now, I'm there. There's never going to be a there, because there's always more to learn. There's more for us to do, and there's more to learn, and there's more to expand and to be creative and do lots of different things. So Metatron continues to work with us, continues and continues and continues. We are all really new to this. He helps us all along our spiritual journey. We can bring him in for so many things. For me, I put him alongside Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael, that are in our lives on a daily basis as healers. Michael for protection, but he's a counsellor as well. He talks to us all the time. So I feel like these three angels, Michael, Raphael and Metatron, are the three angels who are in your life on a daily basis. So he's said to help indigo children, sensitive children. There's a lot of sensitive children born at the moment. Some of them will come across as ADHD or with autism of some description. Some of them will not be able to communicate at all, and others will be amazing in their minds. They will be, I think they call them aphanasic. I think that might be the right word, whereas they don't communicate well, but they have these incredible brains. But not just those kind of sensitive children, but those who are actually born psychic, because many of our children now do have that ability and have been now for a number of years being born, and they are born with incredible gifts. They're born with all the psychic gifts that they'll ever need, and sometimes these children are very, very misunderstood. So Metatron helps. If you know any child like this, it could be your own children. Bring in Metatron to guide them, to watch over them, to work with them. So anybody that, if you're new to anything in your life, Metatron, you can bring Metatron in all aspects of your life. Does anything you want to add to that, Amy?
No.
So I'll go over Metatron's roles, and of course we're going to have a big discussion about him and all the times when he's been in our lives, when we all meet together again. So first and foremost, he was Enoch. We need to remember that. He has had a lifetime, and because he's had a lifetime, he understands us. He understands what it's like to be human. He's had all those human emotions. He knows what it's like. He understands and will work with us. So he is charged with keeper of the Akashic records, helps with healing and clearing energy with his Merkaba, helps us to overcome procrastination and move forward. That's a big one for us. I was stuck in that for a long time. Procrastination, fear, there's lots of reasons why, but Metatron will help us with Michael to overcome all of that. So he is primarily a guide and a mentor. So he brings hope, transformation and spiritual growth. He helps us access our spiritual power to achieve ascension. Helps us go beyond our comfort zone. That's a brilliant one. I can't wait to talk about that one, going beyond the comfort zone. Supports and protects crystal and indigo children. Helps us to work with special needs, sensitive and indigo children. Helps young people and students. Helps with new situations. Helps us to find our spiritual path, and then keeps us on the spiritual path. So many of us going through a spiritual awakening. There are levels. It never ends once you've begun this journey. Just when you think you've got it nailed, boom, you'll be given another one for you to grow and upgrade. But recognising the upgrades takes a bit of a knack.
Yeah, but it gets
a lot easier. It gets
to navigate because you've got the tools and you've got the resilience.
And you understand what's happening then.
And you can learn through love and joy as well, and choose to live. As you raise your vibration, as you go on this journey, it's not going to be like a catastrophe happens every time. No, it's not like that. No. It's like, it's kind of like, whoop, whoop, whoop,
Yeah,
it's a
that's
bit
it.
more
That's
like
a good
that.
one. Yeah. So initiates and activates a spiritual awakening, removes all obstacles, I like this the best, me, removes all obstacles preventing you from accomplishing your spiritual path. So that's a good thing as well, as it might, that is a really good thing. So we can ask again, please can you remove this obstacle, whatever it is. So inspires us to work with those who are new to a spiritual path, and also those who are going through a spiritual awakening. So you can mentor other people. When you have this knowledge, this is what we're doing really as well, is you can help other people who are going through the same thing. And Metatron works with students, he works with teachers, so he's a big pile of stuff. I think some of the archangels have really got harder jobs than others, but yeah, so that's what Metatron does. So some of the appearances of him, we'll get the cards out so we can have a better look. So we've shown you what Metatron looks like in that, but he does often appear holding this or it being around him. So he's often depicted with the book as well, the Akashic Book of Records. Quite often he's depicted with that. So when he's around, we're going to talk about just for a couple of minutes is what does it feel like when Metatron's around. So he's said to be very tall, not as big as Sandalphon, but he's said to be very tall. He has a strong fiery energy like a pillar of fire. So sometimes he is depicted as a pillar of fire. So when Metatron visits you, you can feel a bit of a tingling on your crown chakra. So his presence can feel very intense. Sometimes it feels like a pressing down feeling, and it can be a little overwhelming, which it might make you feel a little bit giddy as well. But he can appear surrounded by a bright light, dressed in violet robes with magenta layering, so you might actually see flashes of this colour. So Metatron's numbers are said to be 1111, like Michael's, and also 1212. So he will come in dreams. He is known to come in dreams, but he will come in and it'll be geometric shapes that he shows you. So if you're seeing geometric shapes, because we had this in the group, didn't we? It is more likely to be Archangel Metatron. He is very well known for showing you the geometric shapes. That's how he identifies himself. Which actually, when I thought about this and the shapes, I thought, well, hang on a minute. This is what Sandalphon does as well, with the music and the numbers and the light language. I thought, oh, they both work with geometric patterns.
Yeah, because it's all vibration, isn't it?
It's
Creation is from
That's
vibration,
right.
so it all makes sense.
So yeah, it makes sense. So okay, so that's pretty much Metatron. We'll go deeper and deeper into this when we meet again. So I feel excited about this as well. So now, why did I pair Metatron with the Guardian Angel? Well, I've talked a little bit about that and given you a hint. And when we've talked about the archangels, we've talked about the 15 archangels, I felt we needed to leave the Guardian Angel last, because for me, your Guardian Angel is of equal importance as all the archangels. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about the roles of what your Guardian Angel is for and how it appears. So your Guardian Angel, first and foremost, is your own gift from God. So their primary purpose is to protect you and to guide you, and they are with you all the time. So this Guardian Angel not only is the angel that's been with you in this lifetime, this Guardian Angel has been with you in all your lifetimes. Not only has he been with you, I'm calling him he because I know mine is showing me as more masculine, but your Guardian Angel has been with you when you have been in between lifetimes as well. Your Guardian Angel is your best friend and knows everything there is possibly to know about you. Stuff that you don't even know about, your Guardian Angel knows. So what kind of a friend is this? This person, this being knows everything about you and understands you, and even more so, has complete and utter unconditional love for you, is non-judgmental, who loves you incredibly. The love that a guardian angel has is the same love that God has for you, because they are specks of God, the same as we are. They are specks of God without any ego. So they are incredible beings. I love my guardian angel to the point where I'm almost in tears every time I talk to my angel. I have so much love for the guardian angels. So we must never think of them being lesser than the archangels. They are on the same level, if not more important in many aspects. So your guardian angel will channel with you every single day, and always has been talking to you, because many people have come to me and said, I don't know where my guardian angel is. I can't connect with my guardian angel. And I'll say to you, is you already are connecting to your guardian angel. You're just maybe not open to receiving how the guardian angels talk, not open to the messages, not quite, just missing it. So first and foremost as well is your guardian angel is a messenger angel. That's what they're for. Like Gabriel has messages from God, from the divine. Every day will give you these messages one way or the other, keeps you on your path, protects you. Okay, so I'm just going to skip some of it. So your guardian angel basically will connect you to source. They are primarily there to bring you back to source. They are from source. They are to bring you back to source. Your guardian angel will bring people into your lives, people for you to love, your families, your friends. Your guardian angel will help you to connect with them. So the magical thing for me with the guardian angels is the fact, yes, they are here, yes, they are with you all the time, but they are your first port of call to the archangels. So I know that they work with the archangels. If you have been called to this spiritual path, and I always say we haven't so much been called as we actually volunteered. We have reached a status before we came. We were ready to come, and we took up the challenge to be here on this earth at this time, and our guardian angel said, yes, we will do it together. But before we came, we had access to all the archangels. We were instructed by them, and your guardian angel has been liaising. I call it liaising because that's what they do. They chat together. So just as the example I gave you before with Metatron, Metatron comes and Michael comes and said, well, what's she doing, and the guardian angel say, well, I've tried, but now I need you to intervene. So your guardian angel will call on Michael when you're doing this work. Will have called on and called in every single archangel up to now to protect, to guide, and to help you along your path. They can do a lot themselves, but they will bring in the big guns whenever it is needed. They have direct access because that's where they're from. They're from the heavenly kingdom of the archangels and the angels. All the angels reside there. So they know the archangels, and they'll say, well, look, I think I'll go and get Ariel. And however it is, they'll call Ariel in and say, well, look, we need you for this. This is the work, we need you to help her a little bit. They can intervene, but only there really to protect you and to help you to grow. So when we talk about the guardian angels, a lot of people can't really imagine what they're like. People seem to be struggling. I don't know why that would be, but guardian angels are usually depicted in white. So if we have a look at the artwork behind, which is beautiful. I definitely feel the bulbs in the colour. So this guardian angel's just watching this little girl in her sleep, just soothing her, comforting her. Maybe she's unwell and she's helping her to feel better, but that's how we think about guardian angels. They are depicted in artwork all through the times, and they're usually depicted in white for some reason. So we have become familiar with the, I mean, when you think of Christmas angels as well, they're always white, aren't they? But they identify as white, but trust me, they are as individual, and all the colours, all the imaginable colours in the world, and more besides. They have very, very different personalities and different energies. So I know that the guardian angels have senses of humour. They talk in a different way. They talk through light language. They talk through energy. When you ask them what their name is, I was given the name Rose, but my guardian angel said that's not my name because I can't get my human tongue around their name because it is vibrational. But when you do a meditation and people often ask, what's my guardian angel's name? They receive a name and they instantly say, oh, that can't be it, I don't like that. But the guardian angels give you, sometimes they'll give you a simple name that would be familiar and easy for you to say. And sometimes they'll give you a name that sounds a little bit more esoteric or a bit different. But that won't be their name. Their names are a vibration. They can come in all the colours of the rainbow. Deep reds, dark purples. They can look very different from what you might expect them to look. They're usually incredibly tall. I've never seen a small angel yet, small guardian angel. But it's okay to think of them in the way that we have become familiar. They will identify to you that way if it's less frightening, or so it's okay to have that picture in your head, and then in time to allow your guardian angel to show themselves. Something I learned recently as well, very recently, I'd say, well, since I started doing this at the very beginning, I asked again, I know I've got more than one, because that's the miracle as well. You may have more than one guardian angel. So I asked, could I see my guardian angel? And the guardian angel appeared as more masculine, very tall, but with a golden light and like a white robe, but with but more yellow in it. I mean, really bright yellow, with a bright yellow aura, and gold as well. His robe had gold in it, and his feathers were more golden. And I thought to myself, oh, that's weird, because that's my favourite colours. And I had a huge aha moment, and I thought, you know what? So I asked my guardian angel, do I like this colour because it's you? Because those are your colours? Or have you taken on those colours because those are my favourite colours? I have to know. I asked my guardian angel all kinds of questions. And the angel said, you are attracted to those colours because they are me. So if there's a colour that you are attracted to, it's more likely than not that that is the colour of your archangel's aura. It's just something with us. We're so deeply connected and so much in love with each other.
You said something then about recording being stopped. Just 1 minute.